The team and I are back in Florida. This is the third time we've been here. Florida is one of those unlikely places that we continue to visit. It's not like the Pacific Northwest, where there are large mountains and huge forests where Bigfoots can hide. But there are Bigfoot sighting hotspots here. Possibly the biggest hotspot is Myakka River State Park. I've been hearing about sightings there ever since I began investigating reports back in the 1980s. The last time we were in Florida, we met with Stacy Brown Jr. and his father. They showed us what might be some of the best thermal footage of a Bigfoot ever recorded. Stacy Brown Jr. is one of the top Bigfoot researchers in this part of Florida. He recently contacted us and said he's been getting reports in Myakka, so we agreed to meet with him to do a night investigation. Oh, it's so cool to be back in Florida.
We've been up to the Panhandle part when we visited with the Bridges. And then one other time we went to the Seminole Reservation way down south in the Everglades. But so far, nothing has brought us to the central part of Florida until now.
Look at this place, it's beautiful. You got thick woods, you got grassland, you got swamp all right around each other. It's an awesome habitat.
And look at this mixture here. This is the flatland and the scrubland. You can see those low-lying brush with those palmettos. But then as we get closer to the swamp, we're gonna start seeing more of those hammock trees. I mean, this is a great mixture of habitat, you guys.
The coastal floodplains of southern Florida are very special. Inaccessible to most motor vehicles, home to rare birds and thousands of alligators, it could be secluded enough to hide an undiscovered primate. But that's not really likely.
And you know how people down here call them skunk apes? That term has gotten around, and so Florida, they say, well, they're not Bigfoots down there, they're skunk apes. It's like, guess what? Those are two different names for the same kind of animal.
They have a different name, so people assume they're a different species. And that's just not the case. When you look at the physical evidence that's been collected here, namely footprint tracks, there's no indication whatsoever that we're dealing with a different species.
Well, I was so excited to get that call from Stacy Brown. When we came in here to Florida last time and investigated that thermal footage him and his dad got, that's the best thermal footage I've ever seen. In a lot of ways, it might be the most compelling Bigfoot footage gotten because you cannot match it with any human on Earth that size. Step. You can see the thing's clearly over 7.5 feet, more like 8.
I agree with you, Bobo. It is the most impressive thermal video that is out there. Whatever it was in that thermal video sure looked massive.
This area has been on the Bigfooters' radar for a long time, and we couldn't ask for a better guide for the central part of Florida than Stacy Brown Jr. Stacy Brown Jr. is considered to be one of the best Bigfooters in Florida, and he's been a good friend of mine for a number of years now. So when he called me and said, man, things are going off in Myakka right now, you gotta get down here. Done deal, we gotta get down there. We know Stacy. If he says he has howls, witnesses, and knows where he might be able to find a skunk ape, it's our duty to get down there and check things out. So we're gonna go meet Stacy for a night investigation at an undisclosed location.
Stacy, we were all excited when you called and invited us down here, telling us about the latest reports. You got a really good shot to get footage of everything. Low-lying scrub, you can see for a long ways, and the squatches are bold here.
Yeah, they're not used to people, you know. We're getting in some remote areas people don't go to, and this is one of the hottest spots in the state, so I'm feeling good about our chances tonight. Bobo, and if you and Matt want to jump on the swamp buggy, y'all can just ride this road for a ways. It's all open.
That's great, because if we're in the woodline, we might be flushing something out. You guys would be using the elevation of the swamp buggy. That's the best chance of getting something on the therm.
Over the years, I've come here quite a bit searching for the elusive skunk ape, and I've had some wild encounters, some things that I'll never forget. I'm really excited to get the guys down here. Maybe we can share one together ourselves.
Stacy's letting me drive this swamp buggy tonight. And here we go. And I hope it's not too different from a 4x4 because I've never driven anything else like it. Bobo and I both have thermal imagers, but because I'm driving, it's gonna be up to him to do the therming. I've tried to drive and therm before, and I've ended up in a ditch on the side of the road. I'm not gonna do that with a swamp buggy because if this thing tips over, it could kill us.
God, Matt, if we were walking along like we normally are, I'd be able to see about 20 feet. I can see a mile or more. There's these rich millionaires all over the world buying yachts and going to Aspen and Cabo San Lucas, and they could get a swamp buggy and drive around the Therm and really live. You can't get no better.
You're gonna get raked, Bobo. You're gonna get raked.
Oops, sorry about that.
Okay, so I've got this theory. The younger male's gonna eventually want to get his own female to breed with. You know, if he come across another family group, he would challenge that male. So we'll do grunts. You know, maybe hoping that another Sasquatch, an alpha male's in the area, would grunt back.
So you're wanting to fool the alphas into that you're another Sasquatch trying to challenge.
Exactly.
Well, should we give it a shot?
Oh, we can do it if y'all want.
Might as well, nothing to lose. Well, by the looks of it, you have a pretty mean grunt.
Yeah, we'll see.
Renee for Matt and Bobo.
Renee, what's up?
We'll do a call in 10.
Ooh! Ooh! Ooh!
Apparently you're not threatening enough.
Let's go.
Oh. Oh, what was that? It's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. It's moving back into the brush.
I thought it was moving this way. It sounded like it was going that way. I don't hear it anymore. It sounded like it was moving deeper. What I heard sounded like it was moving this direction.
I would have liked to know what that was, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's any chance of catching it.
Absolutely not.
Oh, we got a pigs in the road, pigs in the road. See a Bobo? 2 of them, moving to the left. It's a meat market in here.
Squatch is gonna have a different meal 7 nights of the week. Oh, stop. There's something right here. Listen. I got deer right in front of me.
No, do you?
Yeah.
Hey, Cliff, Renee, here's what's up. We get within about 100 yards of the lake. There's wild hogs, there's deer, there's all kinds of stuff near this lake. Now that we're here and we're kind of across, we're close enough to hear you, I'm gonna do a howl in your direction.
Copy you.
Nothing. We kept doing calls, but we didn't hear anything. That's just the way squatching goes a lot of the time. We saw tons of wildlife on the Therm tonight, so we know they're here. Most places in the country, squatches follow deer, elk, that's their primary proteins. But here in Florida, there's tons of hogs, so I'm certain they're mostly eating that. Mayaca is big. We could spend all week out here and not cover the whole place. But tomorrow night's town hall, so we'll see what else is popping up around here.